I don't know if you caught Blaine Canzati on earlier, but he talked about one of the things that he wanted to do was bring. He's trying to help bring the Bible back into the classroom, because it's something that's been in Idaho for 100 years up until 1964, and
Mhm.
it wasn't necessarily to establish religion or to teach out of it, but just have it read. When it comes to those who would cry out, "Oh, that's violating this church and state thing, and turning schools and indoctrinating kids in religiosity or the Bible or whatever." How do you look at that, and what's your take on trying to bring that back, and if it would violate any sort of establishment?
I'm very excited to see any bill that would do exactly that. And I think that we have to look at the history and tradition of this country and this state. And like you said, the Bible was read, and I'll go ahead and say Judeo-Christian values in general were part of our government since its inception. And that may be an unpopular thing to say, but it's a fact. It's a fact in our country and our state. And we can debate all day long about whether that's good or bad, but it's a fact. And so, and that's being said, other faiths are in this country are allowed to freely worship however they want as well without government interference. But it doesn't change the fact that our history and our tradition are with Judeo-Christian values. And so that is why reading the Bible as a historical text is absolutely not violative of the Establishment Clause, and is part of our history and tradition that should be within government schools and other areas of government potentially. I think it's time to stop weaponizing the Establishment Clause. And what I mean by that is using the Establishment Clause to say we cannot have religion in any way as part of the government. And that is absolutely not the way it is. That is a completely inaccurate use of the Establishment Clause. And it has been weaponized to remove religion from government for decades. And thankfully, we have some more recent Supreme Court cases that they don't go as far to say it that way, but they emphasize that this needs to be based on history and tradition. And so my hope is that we are hopefully heading down a road that ends the weaponization of the Establishment Clause in that way.
Yeah, very well said. Great. All right. Well, Kate Hartley, we're going to check in with you. We'll have you back throughout the session here. And how can people support your work or keep tabs on what y'all are doing?
Probably our website, pji.org, is where is my firm's website, and you can look at what we're doing and our cases, and get in contact with me through there if you need to.
Okay, great. All right, Kate. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I'll see you around.
Thanks, Matt. I appreciate you having me.
All right, take care.